How is everyone? All right, just to start off, I am known to rant. So that is why I'm going to stay really targeted on these slides. I'm also known to talk fast. I am Jewish, under 5 foot, from Philly, and an Aries. That's more than a trifecta. Yes. So if I'm like going, that's not uncommon. Also, when I start to talk about things I'm passionate about, I get a little excited. So if you see like me starting to move around a lot or talk fast, like I said, bear with me. So we are going to talk about mastering your launch. I just want to preface this by saying launching is not just online, not just offline. It is launching your opt-in freebie. It is launching to get discovery sessions. You are always launching. Has anybody birthed a child in here? Guys, please, I hope you don't raise your hand. That would be on like a magazine cover. But if you've birthed a child, you know what that process is like. There's not this one way to birth. Has anybody birthed more than one child? You know that you think, birth that one child. I'm set. I know how to do it. Note to self, not going to be the same birth on the second one or the third. It's the same with your business. It's the same with launches. A lot of people don't share the behind the scenes launch. Even Marie Forleo, somebody hacked into her launch and her whole system went down on one of her launches. Nobody knew though. She had a great team that kept her launch going. So just remember, your business, it's not going to be cookie cutter. It can't be cookie cutter for you to thrive. That's number one. Number two is you are going to hear people, just like even myself, talk about sales funnels. That is not a curse word, nor is launch. There are proven systems. There's a way a sales page should flow, and about me, all of that. But your system is going to rely on you. And I say this because it's called test, and test more. What is currently working right now probably ain't gonna work in about 6 months. And it doesn't mean that your business is not gonna work, but it means that you always want to be testing that launch process. And it means that also you want to get comfortable in that launch process by launching an opt-in freebie. And please, before I introduce myself and get into this, don't get into the perfection mode of like, oh my God, I'm going to spend 25 hours on my opt-in freebie and then another 50 on a lead page that has, 450 words. Like, just get it out. People know me, and if you don't know me, you can ask somebody who does know me, for the girl that just gets it done. I don't have a diva ring light on every video. Half the time you'll even see me like, sometimes in my bathroom. And I'm not saying I shoot crappy videos, but one thing that led me to a successful and profitable and sustainable business from day one is the fact that I didn't wait for that perfection mode. And note to myself, and I always say this, is that I am a hardcore recovering perfectionist. So my first coach said to me when I was like, my God, what if I mess up? She was like, I'm going to give you a homework assignment. You need to mess up one thing a day. I had a heart attack. I was like, this is not possible. I'm a perfectionist. No one's going to love me in my life. Old story stuff that we talked about. It's like, no one's going to love me if I'm not perfect, blah, blah, blah. Well, I didn't even try to mess up something, but funny thing is, and this is what we talk about, law of attraction, something screwed up every day in my life. I wanted to kill her, but you know what it taught me is that I was going to put out something. There was going to be a typo because I have dyslexia. Like, come on. There was going to be like something that messed up on a launch. There was going to be a program that had a mistake, And yes, the lightning is telling you like, there is going to be mistakes and stuff is not always planned. So with that being said, when we talk about launch today, if you're not there, in that launch process, don't look at it as, oh my God, I have to have my whole sales funnel worked out. Nobody had their whole sales funnel worked out. Half the coaches I know that said, I don't even know what my sales funnel, are actually making it. The coaches, and when I've interviewed guys like Jarek Robbins, who was like, you know what? The people who are so in the spreadsheet and had it all figured out and have everything and, you know, all this, the T's and the I's and all that, they can't get over into the mode of like, let me just get it out. And then people are all in the heart and everything like, oh my God, I feel this, I feel this. Get into just like, get it out there. So don't, think about your sales funnel like we talked about that first day, and Carolyn talked about those different levels, but you don't have to be there at day one. And if you graduated 3 years ago and you're in the same place, what is the definition of insanity, like we said the other day? We got to change something, babe, right? All right, so with that said, we ready to rock and roll this baby out? Ready to talk about it in a chill way? Okay. I organically became a business coach because I had a health coaching business that actually was working. That meant that I was making money year one and year two. But what happened is year one, I wasn't making the money we needed. We lost everything in the stock market, so I'll just tell you the quick version. If you need to find the whole version, go to my site. The quick version is we lost everything in the stock market, my husband's business. I'd always worked for myself, always owned a business. And with my own health issues, autoimmune, Lyme, all that stuff, I decided I'm gonna leave commercial real estate, which I still loved because I'm clearly that everything's gotta go quick kind of person. Love the deal, love putting things together, things falling apart, put them back together. But I said, you know what, honey, I'm gonna go and fulfill my dream, my passion, my calling. I'm gonna go and become a health coach because everyone always told me, do this cookie cutter protocol, you'll get better. Never worked for me. Sat in my bathroom crying, sat in my bathroom feeling hopeless, helpless. I mean, that's the short story of how I actually felt. So I decided to become a health coach. 4 months before I graduated, my husband turned to me and was like, do you want good news or bad news? I said, wonderful, honey. Good news first. He said, good news, honey, we made a great investment and we own our house. I said, okay, hit me with the bad news. He said, bad news is we've lost everything. So what do you want to do? And so we ended up selling our house. We moved to Florida, made a huge lifestyle, choice. But I had a decision to go back to commercial real estate where I knew I could crush it like I was, or I could go into a business where I had no idea how I was going to build a business. And at that time, 7 years ago, no one had a site. You didn't need to have a site. You didn't need to rock social media. You didn't need to market. And I tell you this because of this process that we're going to talk about today, is that this is an ever-evolving business, because I'm sure when you graduate in whatever you're doing, whether you're selling something on Etsy like a honeybee, face cream, or you're in the health and wellness industry, you didn't expect that you were needing to be a marketing maven. And that doesn't just mean crushing it online. That means even if you're working offline, you still need to be able to walk into somebody's office and say, I have a really great idea. I think that we should do a workshop together. I can bring great value. So lo and behold, I said, I am going to build this health coaching business and support us. And he was like, you're going to do what? So year one, $13,000. That barely paid for Montessori for my one child. My second child, I had a under 2 and 4 year old. Second year, $27,000. Still what? 2 Montessori, 1 car, 2 cars. Wasn't going to cut it. I realized I needed a system. And I realized because I was seeing clients at night, I could only handle so much. How many of you have clients and you feel exhausted one-on-one? And it's not to say that clients are exhausting one-on-one. You just know that you needed another source of income. And this was way before programs. This is way before programs went into this whole online industry. I just sat there and said, this is ridiculous. I have to have something else that brings me in cash while I'm sleeping. I also realized that I needed, and this is what I heard when everyone was filling out that handout, a system. It's not that you even need a signature system. You need a system so that when somebody calls you and they say, hey, I would like to work with you, what is it going to look like? You can say, I'm going to take you through X, Y, and Z. So that's the offline part. The online is so that you can rock the same exact system you are rocking in your one-on-one and make cash while you sleep. Quick little story. This is Sammy. That's so Sammy's personality. And that is my son, Max. These definitely, my kids, my family, my why of even why I'm a health coach, but also clearly, still to this day, I support my family financially. I remember being at, my daughter loves food trucks. She's obsessed with them. We were at Food Truck Revolution, and she ordered something, and I said out loud, because I just talk this way, I was like, booyah, we just got paid. And she turned to me and was like, yeah, we just sold an online program. That meant that my business that works offline for my product came in. And so Sammy and I got not only dinner paid, but a little more. So when you think about launching, it's not just this offline process. It is this online process. And the very thing that you're launching right now that you do with your one-on-one client, I want you to think of not reinventing the wheel, of something that is replicable, that doesn't need to involve you as much, in this face-to-face or this one-on-one that you could be doing on Facebook in a group, in a membership program, in a very Ryan Dice style, which is a lead magnet, that smaller end part of your sales funnel that says, I just got to test drive that car first before I sign up for their one-on-one. Because you're all worth that one-on-one price, but somebody like myself who likes to test drive the car before I buy it would say, you know what, I need to just see what you're about. On the left is a spreadsheet. I was never a spreadsheet kind of person, even in commercial real estate, but I do highly suggest that if you want to be successful in your business, start using spreadsheets to just track what you want to be launching. That even is an opt-in freebie. Even anything that you're doing so that you stay organized in the process. The most confusing thing for your client, online or offline, is when you're launching 15 different things and nobody has an idea what is the story. You heard Nikki talk about branding. You heard people talk about different messaging. The whole idea is you're taking somebody through an experience, a journey, and you're bringing them home to the water, which you only have because you're in a desert. The whole idea, that's what great marketing is about. So do any of you not have a website at all? Do any of you launching online products, programs at this current time? Okay. Do any of you just think that launching is online? Okay. Just want to get a sense of where we are. All right. Determine your offering. This is the biggest thing. I call this brain dump. In my house, if you were in my office, there are 4 whiteboards. One taller than myself, the next one about myself, and then 2 smaller ones. I do this with everything because I'm a visual person. Each one of us, process in different ways. I am visual. I have to write everything down, top to bottom. I have to brain dump. I do this also on journals. I keep composition books. I will write down exactly what is my idea. So when you write down an idea, that's just an idea. It's not a signature program. You have to actually then, once you write down that idea, take it down step by step. What do you want? Week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4. So determine your offering. What exactly are you offering and why? This is the part of marketing. You have to determine why. Get clear on 5 pain points and 5 results. Because when you speak to those benefits, that is going to be on your sales page. That is going to be in your marketing. That is going to be on your live streams. That is going to be on anything that you do. But you have to know those pain points. We are in a result-driven society, no matter what. So if you can speak to the result and the heart, you have just sold, again, the pencil that somebody is about to write in the book. Pricing your programs. This is where it's wide range. So don't just get locked into this person says it should be 97. This person says it should be 647. you will see across the board, and follow people, not just in your industry, follow other very successful entrepreneurs, because you will see all different testing of prices to bring people in to your sales funnel and to also test to see what really works. So, figure out, one, what do you need to pay the bills? What is going to come in from your offline and your online? And then play around with your prices. There are a lot of people that bring people in at a lower magnet price option, like 47, because they're leading them to that higher one-on-one. Importance of early bird and coupons. I'm seeing a trend, and I've seen this just in probably the last year, where that like early bird price and that late bird, people are not falling for that anymore. They're falling more for these coupons. 2 for 1, bring a friend, best friend, but create urgency. Make it in 24 hours, 48 hours, 72 hours, or bring in bonuses. Look around. You have your bonuses sitting right here. Make friends with the very people that are sitting next to you. Make friends even with the speakers. Because if you build relationships, these are going to be the very people that are going to leverage your sales page. Prices for programs. These are averages. Again, if you look at top pioneers in marketing, everything, they are going to be all different systems for pricing. But I just want you to look at average. This doesn't mean that your hourly rate needs to not be $550. But I think it's very important to know your hourly rates, because on average, and this is the work of Monica Shaw a long time ago when nobody else was doing business, kind of coaching on an online program. On average, your group programs are about 1/3 of your coaching. Steps for determining. Name your program. Doesn't have to be crafty. Name it something that's easy. Set a launch date, a start date, determine your price and your bonuses. Marketing strategy. Free classes, free challenges. A lot, the biggest thing, and we talk about Facebook, it's not just about sharing something from David Wolf, although great guy and everything. This is about engagement, and then bringing them to your paid program. Like I said, run a challenge, opt-in freebies. It's about engaging, live streams, do a YouTube, Google Hangout. And the truth is this, I always share this. I had a crappy website, really crappy. I sold, shitty is the other word, is that, and everyone knows me, I do curse a lot, so I just have to be me, is that I sold my first 6 programs off of Eventbrite because I couldn't figure out how to connect PayPal to MailChimp. I was a solo entrepreneur. We had no money. And I'm telling you, like some people say, manifest that money and it will come. I was manifesting it and I was paying bills with it. So that is the truth. And, if I can do it and have rocked it and built a business, you can too. So yes, do I think outsourcing is important in certain areas? Yeah, your brand and photo shoots and stuff like that. But you know what? I even had my mom take pictures. So if you want to build a business, there's no excuse. Email marketing, and I'll just zip through this real quick. Email marketing, Tepsi even is going to talk. She's one of the best copywriters I know out there, like truthful. Yeah, I would always give shout outs to her. Email marketing, it's not that it's dead. You have to have great subject lines. And you also have to give great content. If people just always have you sell, people are like, see you later, unsubscribe, baby. Bye-bye. So just make sure that you're dripping out that content, not just in your emails, that people are like, okay, drip it out 4 weeks early. Then if you're starting to sell, then sell. Social media, make sure that you're really utilizing it. Launch tips. 2, if you can, 4 weeks early, even before. You saw what Carolyn did. She did a great job dripping this out. Model that. Don't steal necessarily the exact, but look at other people. Carolyn did a phenomenal job at making everyone get so excited that by the time you got to that page, you knew you were going to buy. You knew you were going to sign up. So I know that we're going to have someone talk about the sales funnel, but just make sure that you have that healthy process. If you want to steal my launch emails, these are 6 emails for you, totally free. Go to that bit.ly. If you can't figure this out right now or take a picture of it, just hit me up after. I'll give you a business card and I can email it right to you. It's been a pleasure, all right? Keep it real, keep it simple.